So today we're installing a bigger battery box. We're going to replace the current one, and we're installing a Renogy 40 amp MPPT charge controller. This charge controller is going to handle the new solar panels we're going to put on the roof. So this one is going to be able to handle up to 500 watts, and my goal is to be able to run a window inverter 8,000 BTU air conditioner with this. So this is the stage one of this project. This battery case will be able to hold batteries across like this. So my batteries are 140 amp hour batteries. So I would be able to install 1, 2, 3, which would give me almost 420 amp hours of juice if I need it. But I'm getting closer to 280 amp hours of juice is what I'm going to install, which is two 140 amp hour batteries. Those two 140 amp hour batteries should be enough to run the air conditioner on this RV. So let's get started. So first, let's break open this old box. Off, take the lid off. Now I currently have a PWM charge controller in here. I have one of these inline, I forgot what they're called, but they basically tell you how much juice you're using and putting back into the battery. It's very accurate. And I got a cutoff switch in here. And of course I got my battery right here. So I'm going to take all this out right now. Rule of thumb, you're unhooking these, unhook your solar panels first. That way, because if you unhook your battery first, you're still putting charge from the solar panels into this. It can blow these systems up. So always unhook your solar first, so you're not getting any power coming into the system, and then unhook your battery from it. By the way, the same rule applies when you're hooking up your new MPPT charge controller. Always hook up your battery to your MPPT charge controller first. That way, any power coming in from your solar will have a place to go. It won't just fry your charge controller. So here's my solar. Unhooked. And the solar ground. Unhooked. I'm going to put tape on these, that way I don't accidentally contact them with something metal. So I'm putting tape on them. So technically these are live wires. These have power coming from the solar panels on the roof. And we do not want to contact and short them out on something. So I'm putting some tape on them. That way when they're dangling around, they're not going to touch the frame or something that would short them out. Now, unhook the battery. So I generally unhook the power lead first, pull it off, then unhook the ground. And again, these are live wires too, so you need to put some tape on them. These are hooked to your battery. You don't want them shorting on something. That's just a safety precaution while I'm working on this stuff. I want to fry that nice battery. Now I can unhook my positive cable. Put my terminal back on so I don't lose it. And unhook my negative cable. Again, put this terminal back on my battery so I don't lose it. Now I got that unhooked, I can take the battery out. Battery's out. Check my box, make sure it fits. It fits. Very, very tight, but it does fit. My goal is I want to be able to put 2 of them in here. And my charge controller on the wall. Okay, so I got everything transferred over. Basically it's the same. I took what was in there and I put it in here. Just transferred over the wires. And the battery is hooked up. Always hook your battery up first. And then hook your charge controller or MPPT charge controller or PWM charge controller to the battery. And then hook your solar to your charge controller. Now we're going to take that and I'm going to put it on this side because that's where I want it. You can really see why we put tape on these ends now, because trying to shove it through that little tiny hole with all the electronics, I would have definitely shorted that out. Now, battery negative, battery positive. I'm going to do the battery positive first. Positive. All right, so now we got the battery terminals hooked up to this Renogy MPPT charge controller. The screen comes on and we can toggle in between. See if there's anything, and it shows, you know, just the data. Let's hook up the solar panels to it now. And of course, when we hook the solar panels up, we're going to hook it to the PV positive, which is the solar coming in positive, and then the solar PV negative is the solar negative wire. Solar is producing 1.9 amps right now, so it is working. I currently have 200 watts of solar on the roof. I'm going to upgrade that to 400 watts, and I'm probably going to upgrade that to another 100 watts of power, so I'll have a total of 500 watts of solar on the roof when this is all said and done. My calculations are that to run that window 8000 BTU inverter air conditioner, I'm going to need 500 watts of power to keep the batteries charged and then let me cool the RV at nighttime. Because the inverter air conditioner should only run on normal running conditions, maybe 150, 200 watts of power. That should be enough for everything. And as you can see here, I kind of originally thought that I was going to have 3 batteries in here capable. I only need 2, but luckily I only need 2 because this battery box is only going to fit 2 batteries and the charge controller inside this box. So it's still going to work perfectly fine for what I need it to do, but it's not going to fit 3 batteries. Totally fine. I don't need 3, and that's what our plan was to begin with, was 2 batteries. So that's installing a Renogy MPPT charge controller. Pretty easy. You just solar on PV positive and PV negative. You always hook your battery up first. So your battery, this is basically when your solar power is coming in, this is taking that power and spitting it out to your battery. So that's all this thing does. What an MPPT charge controller does really well though is it produces great power during low light or not the greatest light conditions. Like the sun just came out and this thing kicked up to 7.4 amps. But when the sun was down, the PWM charge controller wouldn't even be making power at all, where this thing was making, you know, 2, maybe 3 amps of power. So it was still producing power even during the shady time. And the reason why that's important is when you are in a tree cover area, you won't get any power from a PWM charge controller. Or this one, you'll still be producing, you know, a little bit more power out of it. That's why you need an MPPT charge controller, especially if you're doing air conditioning, because you need to squeeze as much sunlight power as possible.